Alright guys, we're going to be doing something a little bit different for this video. Shan and I are taking a road trip for our 10-year wedding anniversary, and we're going to be bringing you guys along for the ride. We just started the trip, heading out from the Portland area in Oregon. For those that have been watching the news, we've been dealing with an awful lot of fires over here and a whole bunch of other unpleasant things. We weren't even sure we were going to be able to go on this trip until the very last minute. So right now we're actually just very happy to be on the road and heading out. So our plan for this trip is the first day we're going to be visiting a whole bunch of ghost towns out towards eastern Oregon. And then the following day we're going to be stopping at Fort Hall and maybe a couple of other places, heading out towards Wyoming, where we're going to be spending 5 days in Yellowstone National Park, followed by another day at the Craters of the Moon National Monument over there, and then we're going to be stopping at Crater Lake on the way home. So we're going to be documenting all that in this video, and hope you guys enjoy it. I'm just going to be filming some cool scenery here, and we'll be documenting every little trip that every stop that we do for the ghost towns, and we should be showing you a little bit about those too.
And my wonderful husband got us our very own cabin in the park at Yellowstone for those 5 days.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to see the cabin. I've never been to Yellowstone before, so I'm pretty stoked about that too. And we're totally going to be cowboying up for this trip and taking a lot of cool Western photos. We tried to get some clothing and stuff that you might see in Red Dead 2, and I've got my Man with No Name Clint Eastwood outfit, and yeah, we're going to be taking some really cool pictures along with the video. So there might be a little slideshow section in this video as well. So yeah, good stuff. Got some pretty darn awesome scenery going on here.
We're just on I-84 right now.
Yep. Heading out towards eastern Oregon, where we're going to be exploring a bunch of ghost towns. There are no ghost towns in my area, but that's always something that I've wanted to do. And since we're heading out that way anyway, we could just figured that we'd take one extra day and stop at as many of them as we possibly can.
Ghost towns, western towns, anything that looks cool.
Yep, it's only about 9:30 in the morning right now, and based on my calculations, we should be able to hit all the ghost towns we're trying to hit today in about 10 hours. But that's just driving time. So yeah, I'm expecting it to be a pretty busy day today. And I also just got off work because I work graveyard shift, so I haven't even slept.
But he has me to drive, so...
Yep, Chan's going to be doing all the driving, at least for the first day.
I got some sleep early last night before I packed up the car,
Yeah.
so I'm not as tired.
So we're driving along the river right now, and you can barely even see the other side because it's been so smoky over here. We are one of the lucky ones that didn't have to evacuate. We live in Hillsboro, but we have a lot of friends and family members that did have to evacuate. Nobody lost their home that I know of, so that's a good thing. But
I have family in Central Oregon, and they didn't lose anything, thank goodness, but there's a lot of people that did down there.
yeah, it's been a pretty rough week for everybody. So, and then of course with the COVID stuff going on and all the rioting going on in Portland, yeah, everybody's fuse is a little short right now. We wanted to go to Disneyland, obviously, because that's our thing.
We went there for our honeymoon, so
Yep.
that would have been really great to go, or even Disney World for our 10-year, but this is probably a lot better because it's more remote, less people. It's off season right now. It's in September, so won't have to worry about any crowds.
Yep. It should be pretty easy to hang out at the park and practice social distancing, just based on the videos of Yellowstone that we've seen.
It's been a lot slower since COVID, and now that it's off season, it's going to be even more slow.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of things to be closed up there. I hear a lot of the restaurants are shut down, and I don't think you can even stay in the big lodge they have there right now.
I think some of the visitor centers are closed.
But we're basically wanting to go there just for sightseeing, so we don't really care about any of that stuff.
We want to be one with nature.
Yeah, and we really, really just needed to get away. So
we're hoping to see some cool animals.
Yeah, we're hoping for a rock'em sock'em adventure, and hope you guys enjoy what you see.
Some elk, some burrs, maybe some wolves and foxes.
I got a fox right here.
Oh.
Here we see the fox in her natural habitat. All right, well, I will touch base with you guys again when we get to the first ghost town, so stay tuned. So we're still about an hour from the first ghost town, but as we've gotten further and further down the highway, the scenery has gotten really cool. It's already kind of looking old western-ish out here.
Kind of canyon-esque.
Yeah. Look at this in front of us here. I mean, this looks
rolling hills.
Really, really cool. Makes me want to get on a horse and just go. Yeah, this just goes on for like as far as the eye can see.
I don't know, I've played Red Dead 2. Those rocks would totally make me fall off my horse.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I just drive the buggy right off the end of them. That's kind of my thing.
That and the great dismounts.
Yep. Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
And we've only been on vacation for 2 hours. A little over 2 hours. Look at all this cool stuff.
I miss my poopsie. Let's go home.
Nope.
I've noticed how much quieter it is without him.
Yeah. We'll actually get a good night's sleep tonight.
He won't star in any of these videos.
Nope. So awesome. I could film this all day long, but there's still so much more to come. We haven't even made it to Yellowstone yet. Cool stuff. And just more cool stuff.
This looks like it's Highway 97. Going south on 97, I think it says. Just got off I-84 shortly. Just a little bit ago.
Yes, this is US 97 South. We actually had to take a detour because of the fires. That added about 40 minutes to our road time today.
We were supposed to go over Hood and through Warm Springs and such, but it said that fires might have closed the roads.
There was a fire warning, and we didn't want to risk it because we could have possibly had to turn around and go all the way back and then take the other route. So.
And go this way anyways, yeah.
So we figured, what the heck? You know,
this one didn't have a warning.
At this point, we just want to try and get out of Oregon safely, and then moo-moos. Jesus, this land is just so cool. We will rule over this land, and we will call it this land.
Curse your sudden and inevitable betrayal.
Maybe we should have brought those outfits. A little firefly out here. Be a good spot for it. I didn't even think about that. Oh well.
We'll have more trips in the future.
Yeah, and I've got way too much hair for that with no hat to cover it up.
Plus, we're trying to do Western stuff, so that'd be kind of weird to do Firefly. Well,
yeah, Firefly is Western.
Yeah.
It would have worked perfectly. Oh well.
Next time.
Yep. I'm hoping that this is just the beginning of our adventures. For those of you who've been watching this channel, I've spent the last 2 years building the tiny house that we're currently living in, and my finances have been a mess, and my health has been a mess, and all sorts of other stuff. And right when the pandemic hit, I got everything straightened out.
And then we couldn't leave because we couldn't leave.
Yeah. So now I am finally financially stable and about ready to start filming my second Indiana Jones movie, and money isn't a problem anymore, and I can pretty much take time off whenever I want. And I mean that's why we built the tiny house, so that we can go and do things like this. So
live more.
Yep.
Have less so we can live more.
Yep. That's tiny home living. So yeah, hopefully this is just the beginning. We're hoping to do 2 of these a year moving forward. Our next adventure is probably going to be sometime in March when we go to Disney World, if our plans stay the way they are right now. So
we have the plans started, but things, aren't the best for plans right now, but we're hoping.
And we'll be documenting that one too, including a bunch of videos on how to get away with cosplaying inside the park, since apparently people ask about that all the time.
Without doing what is it called, where you wear clothes that are just colors of the characters?
I can't remember what that's called. It's got a special word for it, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, people usually do that, but we know how to actually wear actual costumes and get away with it.
Yep, and we've done that consistently every single time we've gone, other than our honeymoon, with no problems except when we went as Dick Tracy and Pikachu.
One day we got in trouble.
Too much yellow.
Too much yellow. We drew too much attention.
Yep, because you could see us from the other side of the park.
We glowed.
Yeah. But other than that, no issues. I do Indiana Jones in there all the time. We did
Penelope Von Schweetz
and Fix It Felix. That was a good one. We did a Han duo, which was lots of fun.
Yeah,
I was Han Solo from The Force Awakens, and she was Han Solo from A New Hope, and that was pretty cool. The next time we go down there, we want to do some pirates probably. And
I really like the Indian Marion one. That was really nice.
That one's always my favorite.
Very comfy too. And I did wear that pirate-ish outfit. Oh, and that was with my Han Solo dress, wasn't it? I wore my pirate boots.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So that wasn't there. Buzz and Woody.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
And we got to see Buzz and Woody. That was great. That was when you made Jessie laugh, wasn't it?
I believe so.
You made her break character.
Yep.
You could hear her giggle in the mask. What did you do?
I did the typical Jessie thing. Yeehaw! That made her laugh. Wow, look at this over here. Just beautiful, beautiful land as far as the eye can see. Oh, it's wonderful.
I really like Disneyland, but I always wanted to go to Disney World once.
Same. I mean, they don't have an Indiana Jones ride there. They do have the Stunt Spectacular show, though, which I'd like to watch.
I thought they ended that.
I think it's still going, as far as I know. They were talking about ending it.
If it is still going, then it did end, and they restarted it.
They also have Jock's Hangar over there, a restaurant that's Indiana Jones themed. It's really cool.
I know they did stop it at some point at least, because they had it on Full House when they went to Disney World. And when I was talking to my family when they went for the 3rd time without me, because they did that, I asked about that because it was something I remember from my childhood from the show. And they said that they didn't do that anymore. But that was a while ago, so they might have brought it back because it was really popular.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually what people say that you should go do.
Yep.
Go work at Disney World, the Stunt Spectacular.
Yeah, the Indiana Jones in that show, though, his costume sucks.
That's why they say you should do it. It'd be so much better.
Well, he wears the crappy outfit so that if it gets damaged, he doesn't have to spend a whole bunch of money to replace it. But
you'd still wear the good outfit.
Heck yeah, I
even
would.
If it got damaged.
Even if my hat got singed or whatever, I just get another one. You go big or you go home. For me, it kind of actually detracts from the show that he's wearing less than stellar gear. That's always bothered me about that particular presentation.
The only time it didn't bother me was when I saw it on Full House because I was a little girl and I was too in awe that there was an Indiana Jones show and it was part of my show. And ooh, I didn't even notice. But as I'm older, yeah, you can.
Well, some of my friends from the Indiana Jones page have actually gone down there and seen the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular in their gear. And then they take a picture with the guy when the show's over.
Oh, that's gonna look terrible.
Yeah, and so you've got one guy wearing like super awesome gear, and then you've got the guy from the Stunt Show Spectacular.
It looks reversed.
Yeah, it looks like it's wrong. It looks like one guy is in the Halloween costume, who's the fan, and it's the other guy that's doing the show, and it's actually flip-flopped. So, I don't know, that just bugs me. I think they should change that down there, even if they got to pay more for the outfits. I mean, how often do they really get damaged? Seriously. I mean, I've got like 3 or 4 of everything, so.
They'd have to get paid enough to get the outfits. I mean, it wouldn't get ruined enough times that they wouldn't be able to afford it.
I wouldn't think so. And even if it did get beat up a little bit, that'd just make it look more authentic. So until you've got like, you know, part of the hat that's like burned away or like massive holes in the jacket or something like that, just keep wearing the same stuff. But what do I know? I'm just some dork who runs a YouTube channel that has a whole bunch of Indiana Jones stuff on it.
You don't know nothing. You don't even know what Indiana Jones is. I had to teach you.
Yeah. They should make some kind of crossover with Steve McQueen where Indiana Jones meets Nevada Smith.
Huh?
That was a Steve McQueen movie from back in the day, Nevada Smith.
Okay.
Actually came before the Indiana Jones movies.
Is that the one that does stuff from the Indiana Jones movies first? Is that?
No, it actually has nothing to do with that.
I know that there's movies way from back in the day, like even silent film, I think it was, that have like scenes, like the Boulder scene and stuff like that.
Those old B films, but that's what the Indiana Jones movies are based off.
Yeah, I know. So. That's what I'm saying. Is that it was based off that?
Yeah, like Tales of the Golden Monkey and a couple of things like that. Yeah.
I never saw them, but
Nevada Smith isn't one of those. But Nevada Smith is a Western. Anyway, we'll film some more later. Okay, so we are at our first stop, the town of Shanako, or Shanako, or however you want to pronounce it. So far, I must say I am a little underwhelmed. I'm not entirely sure that this actually is a ghost town. It seems like there are quite a few people living here, or at least hanging out here. We've seen a whole bunch of cars come and go, and as you can see from the scenery here, there are cars all over the place. There are some pretty cool buildings, like this little rundown shack over here looks pretty cool. So I might go check that out here in a minute. But, yeah, there just doesn't seem to be a whole lot to this town, but not quite what I was expecting. This building over here looks pretty cool. And I think that that building actually is abandoned, so I might go check that out here in a minute. And we've got a couple of little shacks over here. And then we've got this really cool looking wedding chapel. We're probably going to check that out as well, because that seems to be the coolest looking building in this town. But I was hoping for a bit more of an Old West feel, but we've got a couple of little shacks over here. So, but I mean, this is pretty much the extent of the town. Basically what you've seen on camera is all there is. So it is pretty small, but I really don't think it's abandoned. So we're going to be checking that out here, and if we find anything cool, I will let you guys know. Okay, so this is definitely not a ghost town. I think we've run into about 10 people here so far. However, when there aren't cars driving down the main highway, this place is very quiet. You can hear a pin drop. But we went down the street and we found some other stuff that's pretty awesome. We've got this very old school jail carriage here, which is really cool looking. Very, very rickety, so I will not be sitting in it. If you look at it from the side here, it's like leaning over to one side here. So, I mean, it looks like it's about ready to fall apart at any minute, but still looks awesome. No idea how old this thing is. And we've got this super old school fire engine over here. The fire building, the firehouse is all boarded up and everything. Nobody in there. That seems to be the way it is with most of the buildings in this town. Everything's boarded up, no trespassing signs all over the place. So can't really go into a lot of places. But we're not quite through checking it out yet, so maybe we'll find something else that's cool. But yeah, anyway, I thought this fire engine was pretty awesome. And we got these little buildings over here. A former Stagecoach Station, I guess. I guess there was a saloon in there at some point. If I'm actually able to get into any of these, I'll show you the inside of them as well. So it looks like we're no-go here for actual entry. But not sure if this is going to show up on camera at all. But you can see inside there. Looks like nothing's been touched in there for at least 50 years, probably longer. But yeah, pretty cool. A lot of the buildings here have these old school decks outside, which me and Shan have been walking along. And that feels pretty cool. It almost feels like you're in the Old West out here. But it's pretty disappointing that you can't go into most of the buildings that are out here. Here's more of the inside of the Stagecoach Station. And it looks like this used to be a piano. But yeah, I was actually hoping to go into a lot of these buildings and check them out, so kind of disappointed there. This looks like it used to be a bookstore, and we got some books in there that don't look like they're that old. But once again, doesn't look like there's any entry. Oh, here we go. Back door's open. Now let's see what we can check out here. I guess this is the museum, or what there is of it. Not much to look at. Bunch of old school newspaper articles. History of the town, more or less. And a really, really old school typewriter. You can hear how quiet it is here. Like the whole town is like this. You can hear a pin drop. Unless another person is nearby. But yeah, let's see what else we can find. Okay, so this is really cool. They have an old school jail here around the side of the building that's probably been here for well over 100 years. And we get to go inside.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, look at all this old school stuff in here. And here's the cells and oh yeah, apparently Shan can actually go in one of them. Oh, we're taking a picture of that for sure.
I got some trouble.
Oh, there's a hangman's noose in this one.
Here's the camera.
But yeah, this place is pretty awesome. I mean, what you see is what you get. I mean, this place is probably 20 by 20, I'm guessing, with the cells. Really small. I mean, you've literally got 3 cells here.
What are you talking about? This cell is spacious.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so we got another museum over here with some super awesome old school vehicles out front. Obviously this one looks like some kind of carriage or something, but definitely the worse for wear. And then we've got this cherry over here.
That would have been pulled by
probably
some horses.
an early 30s, late 20s vehicle, which is fantastic. And then we've got a whole herd of them in here. This is like what do they call it, the farm picker's paradise going on in here. It's a 1918 fire truck.
Donations for restoration work. Wow, that carriage is cool.
There's a 1918 Chevy. And a 1919 Studebaker. Oh, these are awesome. What does that one say? 1925 Unmobile or something like that.
This is cool.
And then these aren't even labeled over here. Yeah, these are all obviously rusting and falling apart, but oh man. Oh man. That looks like a really old school fire carriage there in the back. And then we've got a whole bunch more old school vehicles over here. Oh man, what I wouldn't give to tow one of these home and restore it.
Please no.
This almost looks like the one that we drove in the movie.
Cool. Yeah. I like that one. Almost looks like a ZZ Top car.
Yeah, it's got that little hood ornament on the nose there is the exact same one that the car had that we drove for the fan film. And we got a whole bunch more over here. Sadly, this is all fenced off, so we can't go in and get a closer look at any of these. But, I mean, this is just cool.
Ooh, look at this one.
Mm-hmm. It's like an old 50s something or other. LeBaron.
LeBaron.
Oh, man.
Oh, look at the sleigh.
These are so cool.
Do you see the sleigh up there?
Mm-hmm. We got another cherry over here.
Found our new mobile home. Take this. Take a couple
Can't
horses.
get a very good look at this one. And then we've got this.
This is really neat.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Oh, this carriage is so cool. I love it.
I take back what I said earlier about this town. This whole section over here is just awesome. Oh, here we go. Here's a better look at this vehicle over here. A Chrysler something. I can't read what it says. So cool. All right, moving on. Okay, so if that cool car museum wasn't enough, we've got a couple more awesome ones out back here. This old rickety building over here is where the car museum was. And then we've got both of these right here. Looks like they're both Chryslers and in horrible shape. But to me, they're still beautiful cars. I would love to own something like this one day. And then we've got some old school farm equipment and stuff like that over here. And another little shack over there in the distance. But once again, that one's all boarded up and no trespassing. So, can't really check that out at all. And see, we have people. It's not a ghost town.
A lot of ghost towns have people in them.
Yeah. We spoke with a gentleman earlier named Byron. Says he's been living here for 25 years. And he says there's about 25 people in this town, including the mayor. only real noise you get from this town is that traffic over there. When there aren't cars driving by over there, you can hear a pin drop in this place. Okay, we're back on the road again. Final thoughts on Shanako.
You are currently on a
It was awesome. It was worth stopping in the town just for the all the old school cars. That little museum they had there, even though the cars were in bad shape, it was really, really cool. And the old school jail was really awesome. And I liked all the little decks out front of the buildings that made you feel like you were walking down the streets of an old west town. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And that's just the first stop. We've got many, many more. So who knows what adventures lie ahead. So since we left Shanako, haven't had a whole lot of luck. We are in Lone Rock, on the outskirts of Lone Rock right now. And we got some cool little buildings here, but they're on the other side of the fence, so we can't check them out. The last city we stopped in was Condon, although we didn't actually stop because it turned out that Condon isn't actually a ghost town. It's just an old-fashioned town. So we didn't really see any point in stopping there.
We have those over by home.
So we headed for Lone Rock, and now we're on a detour because they were like repaving part of the road or something.
Yeah, so now we're on a gravel road that hopefully goes to the city or town.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Our phones are not working at this point, so we have no GPS and no maps. So,
yeah, we were smart and forgot the map book at home.
Yeah, at this point we are relying on signs to get us where we need to go.
Signs, every signs.
Like these lovely signs right here.
Yield. Detour.
Still
beautiful
lots and lots
landscape,
of
though.
beautiful country.
Yeah, beautiful landscape.
Yeah, we can't even like go out and look at it because it's all fenced off.
We can look at it. We just can't go past the fence.
Yes, no exploring.
You'll explore that anyways. There might be snakes. I know how you are with snakes.
So yeah, I will update this video again when we land somewhere. Okay, so not a whole lot to see in Lone Rock so far, although this church is pretty cool, from 1889. There was a sign back there saying that there was a cemetery over here somewhere, but I haven't seen anything yet, so we're going to continue driving.
There's some moo-moos.
And we got lots of moo-moos over here. The landscape around here is just awesome. But again, everything's fenced off, so we can't even really run around or take any cool photos of us with a backdrop or anything. But we are back on the main road at this point, so if we stay on this road, we should be able to make it to the next town. But so far, all these ghost towns are not actually ghost towns, so that's been kind of annoying. But a lot of them do have cool little buildings and stuff to take pictures of, but can't really get out and do a whole lot of poking around.
Are you sure this is the right road? We're on gravel again.
So that's kind of where we're at right now. Okay, so more setbacks. We went to Lone Rock, and there was supposed to be a through road in Lone Rock that took us to the next ghost town, which is Hardman. Hardman, whatever.
Don't get snippy.
Anyway, apparently that road either doesn't exist or it's some gravel road that you can only go like 10 miles an hour on. It would take forever to get there, according to a local who we stopped and asked for help. So he suggested that we turn around and backtrack about 15 miles, and there's supposed to be another road over there that will take us to the next town. So
Hopefully.
we're heading back in that direction right now. We've ended up burning quite a bit of time here. Every single town that we've gone to since we went to Shanako. I was thinking Shakira, but whatever.
I remember because it's my name.
The town of Shakira.
Shanako.
That town was awesome. Everything that we've passed through since then hasn't really been that great. There's either been some decent looking buildings that are fenced off so we can't get to them, or they're not actually ghost towns. They're just like old-fashioned towns.
Or it's just a whole bunch of farm area and not a whole lot of anything.
Yeah, so other than some really cool scenery, we've kind of struck out so far. It is now almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're probably going to be running out of daylight here within the next 4 hours or so, and we have seen one ghost town. So that's a little discouraging. Haven't even really found a place to get gas or anything. So the adventure continues. I guess we'll see what happens next. Our first glimpse of wildlife. And we're not even at Yellowstone yet. There were 5 deer just sitting right here by the road, doing their thing. This is the only one that didn't run off before I could start filming. There she goes. Okay, so we finally made it to Hardman.
Hardman.
You know what they say, a hard man is good to find. This town, it definitely has the feel of a ghost town, although it is definitely not deserted. But you can see how many rundown buildings there are here. Just abandoned buildings or whatever. Looks like somebody pretty much lives at that house, I think.
Get a little chilly out.
But yeah, we stopped in front of this one here, which looks pretty awesome, and it doesn't seem to have any no trespassing signs, and it's not boarded up. So we're going to check that one out. We got a couple more over here. So, yeah, let's just start with this one and take a little peek at it. Yeah, the door is not going to open, but we can certainly look inside it. Jeez Louise. I wonder how old this building is. Got another section of it over here.
floorboard is rotted out and everything. Looks like the ceiling's about to cave in any minute. And we're not going to be able to go around back because it is fenced in. I don't know if this is private property or not, or if anybody even lives here. But we're trying to be a little careful here. And we got some more in the back, but we've got horses over there and cars, and yeah, there's definitely somebody here. Oh, look, an old school outhouse. Wow. An outhouse made for 2 people. Isn't that nice? So you can poop right next to each other. Classy. These buildings back here are also really cool. But yeah, not going to be able to look at those. And somebody clearly lives in that one over there. And we got some more horses. This looks familiar. Tiny, a shipping container converted into a living space. This looks like maybe a woodshed. This one's seriously falling apart as well. Yeah, like the last town we were in, you can hear a pin drop at this place. Oh, got somebody over there. So not completely alone. But yeah, this is an itty bitty little town, like literally like maybe 3 square blocks. I mean, that's where the town starts, right over there at that road. And then the town ends right here where that red pickup is. And that's it. Doggy over there having fun. Okay, so still not nearly as interesting as Shanako. But yeah, pretty cool. I guess this is the community center. Also a very old-ish looking building. 1870. I guess it's listed as a National Historic Place, according to that plaque right there. So yeah, this is the town of Hardman. We might poke around a little bit more if we find anything else cool. I'll let you know.
Okay, so we've encountered another complication in our adventures for today. We have not seen a bathroom or a gas station since we left Shanako. We just finally came across an outhouse that we relieved ourselves in, but that was like 6 hours ago. And we're starting to run out of gas, and we've only seen like half of the ghost towns that we wanted to see, and quite frankly, none of them were really that impressive other than Shanako. So,
it's been kind of a downer of a day so far for our first day of vacation.
Hey, Shanako was awesome.
Shanako was very cool, yeah. But yeah, we're coming up on another town here pretty soon. If they don't have a gas station there either, we may have to take a detour to actually get gas, which means we're probably going to miss the rest of the ghost towns, or at least some of them. So I guess we'll see what happens here. I think we can probably go another 100 miles. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering how people make this this ghost town road trip that we're trying to make, you know, unless they've got a 50-gallon gas tank. So, yeah, the very few locals we've spoken to have said, like, the nearest place to get groceries or gas is like 30 or 40 miles away. Oh, I don't think that's really a place that I'd want to live in. They don't even have hospitals or anything, so if you hurt yourself, you're really in trouble.
You can always airlift you.
But yeah, we still have no cell phone reception, so if we do get stranded, we can't even call for help. So
we'll have to flag down a passing vehicle.
Maybe this will be, you know, the video they find next to our bodies.
Wait, what did we die of?
So
did we flag down the wrong person, or?
Yeah, well, starvation.
Or was it dysentery?
Yeah, probably dysentery. We are on the Oregon Trail after all. Haven't even made it out of the frickin' state yet. Anyway, stay tuned for more narrative later. Okay, well, obviously the sun has gone down. It's almost 8 o'clock at night. We did not make it to any other ghost towns. At this point, they're too far out of the way.
And we're running out of gas.
We're running out of gas. We're running out of time. We're looking at probably another time crunch tomorrow in order to make it to Yellowstone on time.
Lightning's flashing in the distance.
Yeah, and it's raining. So we stopped in a little town to get some directions. We found a gas station that's going to be open until 9, so we have an hour and 10 minutes to get there. If we can get the car refueled before they close, we can put in a few more hours of driving tonight and just start heading directly for Yellowstone instead of taking any more detours for ghost towns. So at this point, that is our game plan. I would like to say that after day 1, I am a little disappointed. The only ghost town that we saw that was cool was Shanako. The other ones I could happily have skipped and, you know, spend a little bit more time on the road rather than taking detours. Obviously, I can't speak for the ones that we didn't see. There were several. I think we missed 6 or 7 of them. So there were still quite a few that we didn't see. But quite frankly, if it's just more of the same, I don't really care. I want to get to Yellowstone. We need to make our reservation, and we've got things to do. We do have 1 extra day of dilly-daddling at the end of the trip. So if we have to put Fort Hall off until we're heading back from Yellowstone, that's what we'll do. So we may hit Fort Hall tomorrow, we may not. It will really depend on
how tired I get.
What happens with the gas and how far we're able to drive before Shan gets tired. I, right now, am operating on about 2 hours of sleep out of the last 32. So.
And I'm not trusting him to drive on 2 hours of sleep.
Needless to say, it's been a pretty rough day. Shanako was cool. I'm glad we went. The rest of the stuff I kind of could have done without.
Really wish we had.
We did get to see a lot of pretty scenery, but I'm guessing we're still going to get to see a lot of pretty scenery.
We could have seen a lot of pretty scenery just on the drive itself. We didn't have to drive around trying to search for ghost towns that weren't there.
Yep, I agree. We even had to take an extra detour for a couple of them because of the
lit up the
construction on the roads. So
lightning storms over on the side.
Yeah. Not a big fan of day 1, but I was expecting today to be, you know, a time crunch. I was just expecting the ghost towns to be more cool than they actually were.
Can we reschedule our anniversary for like in a couple of days instead?
No.
Yeah, but this was kind of disappointing for the anniversary.
Yeah.
Not your fault. You planned really well. You just got bad information.
Yeah. The map that I was shown when I Googled it said that all these ghost towns were on the same road, and all we had to do was stay on them, and we'd go from one to the next to the next to the next. Well, that was definitely not true. So.
in one of the towns there was even a handwritten sign that says, "Your GPS is wrong, turn around."
Yeah, and of course our GPS wasn't working all day, and we couldn't call anyone. So, yeah, just combine all that stuff and the fact that we found one restroom all day after leaving Shanako, and no gas stations up to this point.
And we're on 3 bars of gas, but we now have found a gas station that will be open, so fingers crossed that we make it and have a better day tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow is another day. We're going to have fun on this vacation.
Oh yeah, we'll still have fun. Just because disappointing beginning. Ooh!
That's a lot of lightning there.
Yeah, just because it's disappointing beginning. Shanako was still awesome. I'm still spending time with the most wonderful person in my life. And that alone is just worth it.
So you know what the surprise is that I got you for our anniversary?
What?
The Daft Punk outfits that you've been wanting.
Aww! You bought them?
Yep. I bought them all the way back on my birthday on June 25th.
You didn't want to freaking say anything because we've had so much bad luck with it. You got them?
Yep. Nice shiny chrome helmets with the gloves and everything.
Oh! You actually found somebody who made the gloves and the helmets?
Yep. We'll probably be doing a review on those later on this channel.
Oh, hell yeah! You still got the shoes to the match!
Yep. Not sure when they're going to be delivered, but it should be soon.
Yeah, I'm wearing that shit around. That'll be my new mask for quarantine.
Yep.
Or COVID. My COVID
We'll
mask.
be the coolest people shopping at Costco.
Oh, heck yeah. Sweet.
So, we made it to John Day.
Yay.
The place where all the toilets are at when the sun is out. We were able to get gas. We're scrapping our remaining ghost towns, and we are heading directly to Fort Hall.
Or you should say supposed ghost towns.
If we're able to, we're probably going to sleep in the car tonight and try and hit Fort Hall first thing in the morning before heading to Yellowstone to get our cabin for the next 5 days.
I'm going to aim for trying to get to Fort Hall before I stop. But if I can't, just go as far as I can to it before we have to stop. So that's the goal.
Yep, so that's going to be our last entry for today, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Night night.